we abuse our greatest gift, this hyper-intelligent object that was given to us at birth by our Creator, and that's our body. We abuse our bodies because of the misconception that we think we are our bodies, and therefore there's no one accountable for the abuse that we have on it. When we want to satisfy ourselves, it's us that pays the price. When we drink, we smoke, we eat crap food. But in actual fact, this is not the reality of the situation. You aren't your body. Your body is separate from you, and you can discover this through self-inquiry. And when you realize that you aren't your body, then suddenly you do become accountable for this thing that you've been given to look after, and hence why you will more likely adopt a more loving attitude towards this separate entity rather than the dismissive and non-accountable attitude that you have when you think that you are this. When you realize that you aren't your body, you are intentional with everything that you do to it, because as if it was a separate person, a separate entity. And it somewhat is. Your body has its own intelligence. It beats its own heart. It digests its own food. Because of this as well, having its own separate intelligence, we should practice gratitude towards our body, because it doesn't have to continue. It does it because it loves you, in a sense. You know, it has a love for you to keep you alive. So every day we should be grateful for the health that we have been granted, not just we're not entitled to our own health. This is something that's taught a lot in spirituality, that you're not the body, etc., etc. But I realized it in this particular way that I've described to you whilst I was on my spiritual retreat to Peru recently. And when I realized this, a few things changed about my attitude. For example, like when I arrived there, the pillows were kind of flat and didn't really have much give, which is not my preference, and it meant that I had a sore neck. But so the way that I dealt with that situation was, okay, like, yeah, it's fine. Like, I'm fine. It doesn't matter. I don't want to bother anyone. Like, it was me being lazy. But when I came to this realization afterwards, I was like, then I rethought about the situation. I was like, oh, my body was telling me it was in pain. Like, it's not happy with the situation. And I dismissed it. I ignored it. I was like, nah, it's fine. Because I didn't see it as something I had to take accountability for, because it doesn't have its own voice. But having realized all of this, I was like, oh, me asking for a better pillow isn't me like being selfish or being self-centered or bothering anyone. That's me giving back to the very thing that keeps me alive. It's as I said before, it's my greatest gift. Heart keeps pumping, food gets digested every day. The least I can do for it in return for those favors is when it complains about something or doesn't like something, then I can actively make sure that it is made comfortable and looked after. So having gone through this experience, which I feel I'm limited by how I can describe it to you. I think for someone that's not ever had like any health problems before, this may not resonate so much with them. But if you've like injured yourself in the past, or you've suffered any health problems, you'll realize that how much you may have taken your health for granted, and now is a good time to focus on what your body needs and treat it as a separate entity with the respect that it deserves. So for me, when I went there and realized that all this, I've come back and my attitude to what I do has now changed. So I've done a lot of research on sleep science recently. I want to make sure my body gets the best rest it can. I've stopped smoking. Like I would occasionally smoke cigarettes and vape. That's now completely out. I did exercise a lot before, but it was kind of just like going to the gym because I thought I was my body and I want to look big. Whereas now it's like, what can I do to, obviously, yeah, I still want to make myself look aesthetically pleasing, but alongside that, how can I provide maintenance for my body? So today I'm doing my first hot yoga session so that I can stretch out all my muscles and hopefully with my back pain, like actually actively help with my body. I know in a previous video I said I was done with alcohol. I did kind of start drinking it again a bit after that, but I feel like now I'm at this point where I'm like, if I have to drink, which is kind of rare, and the scenarios I'd say I have to drink is like if you're going to a club or something, it's like you can't really not drink because you just won't enjoy your night, then fair enough. I will in those rare occasions, but if it's just like a more casual thing and I can have a good time anyway, then I won't be drinking. And when I do drink, I'll be very intentional with it, and you know, I'll be give my body everything that it can to recover, and you know, and obviously not abuse that and do it anywhere near as often as I used to do. But yeah, it's not even like I was getting badly affected by my drinking from before. It's just this whole newfound appreciation I have, because I like, you know, you got to lug this thing through life for the next, you know, in my case probably, you know, 60, 70 years. So you know, you're in for the long run. You got to think of the future with these sorts of things. Our culture very much encourages us at any given point, yeah, like to abuse it. Like all the shops, the fast food shops, and what we do to socialize is abuse our bodies by drinking. But yeah, we need to wake up from that a bit and realize that that's not fun. And so many people are suffering with health repercussions from the lack of thinking they did when they were our age. So yeah, think ahead. Look after your body. It's not you, it's this thing that's been given to you, this beautiful organic vessel, which you should love and treasure and listen to its needs. And yeah, so eat healthy, all of that good stuff. I think all of those, everything I've mentioned here, we're gonna break down into a bit more detail. I'll talk about like healthy meals, etc., all the good stuff I'm doing, all the yoga. I'm gonna start boxing soon as well. So yeah, because I feel like the body needs that as well. It needs to be put in a fight or flight mode situation for its well-being. Not that being punched is good for its well-being, but I'm not going to be putting my body at any serious risk by the type of training I'm going to be doing. Anyway, I digress. Enjoy the rest of your day. Much love to you and your bodies.